Welcome back to, what is it? Oh, I don't know what day it is. It's Friday. And welcome back to 365 Days of Single Shenanigans. We are doing another book review today because I'm so tired and I have no idea what else to do for a YouTube video. Running out of things, but it's okay. Today we are reviewing Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Probably one of the best books I've read. I'll say that off the bat right now. One of the best books I've read. It does not sugarcoat anything. I feel like a lot of like self-improvement books, they're so focused on like, and there's the dog barking again. Let's let her in. So I put her in this chair a little bit ago. I think it was yesterday I put her in this chair and she's been obsessed with it, but I'm sitting in the chair now. There's been like so many times this morning she's barked at my door wanting to get in and sit on this chair. And she's too short to jump up onto the chair herself, so then she'll bark at the chair wanting me to pick her up and put her on the chair. It's the cutest thing, but yeah, no. If you want to sit on the chair, you have to sit on my lap, miss girl. Anyways, most self-help books, business books, they kind of sugarcoat stuff. Like even the ones that say they're not sugarcoating anything still kind of sugarcoat stuff, because they never talk about like it's the cutest thing. She's so adorable. They never talk about the like really messed up stuff in life. This, you hear about the really messed up stuff, and I love that, because while I'm not going to expose any of the stuff that I've been through on here right now, I've been through a lot of messed up stuff. I've been through a lot of messed up stuff. Not exactly to the degree that David Goggins has. I feel like his is probably at least a little bit worse, but I've been through HE double hockey sticks. When you've been through so much, it's very easy to become a victim, especially because usually when you go through so much BS, it's because you're surrounded by people who've been through a lot of BS and have chosen a victim mindset instead of chosen to, you know, actually deal with stuff. And so it's very easy to take on that victim mindset. And that's something I've worked really hard to remove. I feel like I was probably halfway there before I read this book, and this book really sealed the deal with that. And it showed me that it's okay to do hard things. I think there was a time in my life that I craved achievement, and I was willing to do things that were gonna be tough and that weren't gonna be the most comfortable, but I didn't do them because I'd never seen anybody in my life do the really difficult things that you have to do to get through things and progress. Or when they did, I saw that it had adverse consequences for everybody around them. This book showed me that it is okay to do those like really difficult things and look yourself in the mirror, realize what you're lacking, what you're doing wrong, and actually address it. Not a lot of people do that. It's actually wild. I've been doing that for a really long time before I read this book, but nobody really encourages that. Nobody who is mediocre or average or just has a normal life encourages that. But sometimes for some of us, for example me, you have to do the really hard things to even be mediocre, to even have a normal life. So yeah, I highly recommend this book to absolutely everybody. Even if you've never been through anything hard, you need to know what it's like, the mindset that you get when you go through those just horrible, horrible trials of life. Because if you don't learn that early on, when you go through those trials in life, it's not gonna be good, like at all. Like as a kid, you kind of, you know, you learn to adapt in those situations, but there's so many people who, like, the first time they ever go through anything bad, really bad, like really bad, is like way later in life, and they don't know how to deal with it. They just have no idea how to deal with it. Oh, there's so many things I could say right now, but I'm not going to, because I don't really want to overshare just yet. Not yet. Maybe when I have a job. Nah, but then I might lose my job. Nah. I'm not gonna expose any of the stuff that went on when I was a kid, but it was pretty bad. We'll just say that it was bad. I'm doing better now, and we'll move on. One of my favorite things about this book is that it's not just kind of like a biography. It is really a biography, but he also has these like challenges at the end of chapters. Here we go. Challenge number 3. The first step on the journey towards a callous... Actually, wait, I probably can't read this full thing. So the third challenge, so at the end of each chapter there's this challenge, and the third challenge is take a photo or video of yourself in the discomfort zone. Post it on social media describing what you're doing and why, and don't forget to include the hashtags. Hashtag discomfort zone, hashtag path of most resistance, hashtag can't hurt me, hashtag impossible task. So that's such a cool challenge, I think. Maybe we should do some of that next week in next week's videos. Tomorrow's video, I do know what tomorrow's video is going to be. Tomorrow's video is we're going to continue the workout experiment, which is really exciting. And I feel like I'm a bit hypocritical in this. It's on the surface, it seems hypocritical that like I'm praising David Goggins' book, who's known for having lost like, I don't know, 200 pounds or something. Or he had to get under 200 pounds when he was like really overweight in a very short amount of time to join the Navy SEALs. And then I'm over here lifting my teeny tiny baby weights, trying not to injure myself. But the thing is, I'm not training to be a Navy SEAL. I'm training to have a quality of life. So the less I injure myself, the better. Which you'd think would also be true for a Navy SEAL, but I think for him, it was more, the more he pushed through injuries, the better. I don't want that. And that's okay. It's okay to not want everything that David Goggins has, but I do want an absolutely indestructible psyche. That I want. That I'm working towards. And you know what? I feel like I'm really getting there. The craziest things can happen and I'm just like, okay. And then I like move on. I don't have to make everything right. And I think that's really important. that I don't have to make everything right. I'm really loving petting the dog right now. This is the best thing. I got her curled up on my lap. She's sleeping. I'm so sleepy too. Do I have much else to say on this book? I don't know. Again, I haven't read it in a while. I read it a while ago, but you know what? I would like to read it again at some point soon. And like do all of the challenges. But maybe I can set a goal to like do some of those challenges this coming week. Not tomorrow and not Sunday because Sunday's rest day. Yeah. I'm so tired. Okay. Bye now. I changed my mind. I have a little bit more to say. The reason I really didn't know that it was okay to do hard things was because I grew up really gifted. Not a brag. At 8 years old, I had an IQ of 108. I haven't tested it since, but it's probably well above average still. And you know, I was just so good at everything that I did that's kind of why I'm so lost now as an adult. Like, what do I do now? Because there's nothing that stands out to me at like, oh, this is what I'm good at, because I'm kind of good at everything. So this book showed me that not being good at something, which is, I'm not good at not being good at stuff. Maybe the reason I'm not good at maybe the reason I'm good at everything I do is because I don't do anything I'm not good at, is kind of what this book made me realize. Which is why I'm studying again. I'm learning touch typing, even though it makes me insane. I'm trying to find a way to work out that works for my body rather than trying to prove that I can work out like anybody else. And that's probably the most important takeaway from this book. And now I'm done. I can't believe she's asleep.